Hi, and welcome. The St. George Place Redevelopment Authority, also known as TIRZ No. 1, will be implementing a safe school crossings project near Wisdom High School and Pilgrim Academy. This video and presentation will provide more information about the project and its improvements. Don't forget to like and share this video with neighbors, parents, and students in the area. The St. George Place Redevelopment Authority has developed and will implement this project in coordination with the City of Houston, the Texas Department of Transportation, and nonprofit organization Connect Community. The authority pursued the funding for this project, funded the design, and will provide costs over and above those funded by TxDOT. TxDOT awarded grant funding to enable this project pursuant to an application from the authority. The City of Houston will work in partnership with the authority as the agency holding and delivering the construction contract. Connect Community has worked in partnership with the authority to aid in coordination with the school and key stakeholders and has been a key champion in identifying the project's needs and benefits. The improvements focus on creating a safer environment for all residents, but particularly students at Wisdom High School and Pilgrim Academy, by providing safe crossing options at several locations near the schools. The goal of the Safe School Crossings Project is to significantly reduce traffic fatalities and serious injuries on Hillcroft Avenue, address critical traffic concerns, and enhance pedestrian infrastructure. The proposed improvements are located near Wisdom High School and Pilgrim Academy along Hillcroft Avenue between Beverly Hills Street and Skyline Drive, Beverly Hills Street between Hillcroft Avenue and Greenridge Drive, Skyline Drive between Hillcroft Avenue and Greenridge Drive, and West Park Drive at Interstate 69. There are several safety concerns in this area. Hillcroft Avenue and several surrounding streets are listed on the City of Houston's High Injury Network. The High Injury Network represents 9% of Houston streets, which account for 58% of traffic deaths and serious injuries. A majority of High Injury Network corridors are in communities with socially vulnerable populations who are more likely to need support before, during, and after a natural disaster or public health crisis. Also, Hillcroft Avenue has very high traffic volumes. Between 33 and 35,000 vehicles use this section of Hillcroft per day. There's also a lack of safe and designated crossing options in this area, which often leads students to attempt crossing the street at unsafe locations. And finally, between 2019 and 2024, 285 crashes were reported in this area. Of these crashes, 4 resulted in fatalities, including one involving a pedestrian on Hillcroft Avenue and one including a bicyclist on Beverly Hills Street. There were also 4 severe crashes, including one involving a pedestrian on West Greenridge. The project scope includes several types of improvements, including upgrading crosswalks, ADA ramps, and pavement markings where needed, upgrading existing school zone signs with flashing beacons along Beverly Hills Street and Skyline Drive, installing pedestrian crossing signs on Beverly Hills Street, Skyline Drive, and West Park Road, installing a rectangular rapid flashing beacon at the pedestrian crosswalk from the southwest-bound unsignalized right turn only lane of the Southwest Freeway, and installing pedestrian hybrid beacons and converting the existing median to a pedestrian refuge island on Hillcroft Avenue, giving those crossing a safer place to wait if they cannot make it all the way. This project will have several benefits for the community, including upgraded ADA ramps that will provide accessible pedestrian infrastructure, the flashing beacons, additional signage, upgraded crosswalks, and high visibility pavement markings will improve pedestrian visibility and increase driver awareness of pedestrians entering crosswalks, and the pedestrian refuge, along with all of these other improvements, will lead to overall enhanced safety in this area and a reduction in crashes. The Safe School Crossings Project is funded through the Texas Department of Transportation's Highway Safety Improvement Program. The St. George Place Redevelopment Authority has completed engineering and design for the improvements, and the design has been approved by the City of Houston. The authority is preparing to solicit bids for construction and plans to award a contract during the summer of 2025. Construction is expected to begin in the fall of 2025, and the improvements are expected to be completed by the spring of 2026. This Safe School Crossings project complements the St. George Place Redevelopment Authority's completed, ongoing, and planned projects to improve the health, safety, and welfare of multimodal mobility users within the zone. Completed projects include the Bering Ditch Sidewalk from Beverly Hills Street to West Park Drive, which provides a safe north-south connection for students and residents in the area along the existing flood conveyance channel. Funding was provided for this project by the St. George Place Redevelopment Authority, Houston District J Councilmember Edward Pollard, and former Harris County Precinct 4 Commissioner Jack Cagle's office. Also completed are the sidewalk and intersection safety improvements on Fountain View Drive and Fairdale Lane. Funding was provided for this project by the St. George Place Redevelopment Authority and Houston District J Councilmember Edward Pollard. Projects under construction include zone-wide intersection safety improvements at 13 intersections. Improvements include high visibility crosswalks, signage, and accessibility improvements. St. George Place Redevelopment Authority was awarded a $565,000 grant from the Texas Department of Transportation for this project. St. George Place is currently designing the East and West Greenridge Intersection Improvements Project. This project will convert triangular intersections located on East and West Greenridge at Beverly Hills Street to be safer and more functional. The St. George Place Redevelopment Authority is seeking funding for an additional portion of sidewalks along the east side of Bering Ditch between Westheimer Road and Richmond Avenue in coordination with Harris County Precinct 4, and an additional segment of sidewalks between Richmond Avenue and Beverly Hills Street is in the planning phase. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about this very important project. If you have questions, would like to show your support for this project, or would like to let us know other locations that need safe crossings, please contact the St. George Place Redevelopment Authority at info@TIRZ1.org. You can also visit the website at TIRZ1.org. Please like and share this video with neighbors, parents, and students in the area.